I have really good news. I'm doing an update to my debt story. But of course I have to tell you what happened. So in this video, I'm not gonna be telling you what to do. I'm just gonna tell you what happened to me. Hopefully you will find tidbits applicable to you if you are in this pickle. Tip number one, forgive yourself. Find a way not to feel guilty about that stuff anymore, because that energy that you're wasting on feeling guilty is the energy you could be actually applying to fixing the whole issue that you have in the first place. So don't spiral into guilt like I did for a bit. It is as if I anticipated that rock bottoms were going to happen. In January, I went through a bad breakup. It wasn't bad in the sense that we weren't mature about it, but it was especially difficult for me because everything else was already going wrong in my life. My mind was like, you're not making money, you're not successful, you've gained all this weight, you're not taking care of yourself, your boyfriend doesn't even want to, that breakup was the catalyst for me to, because I always do a post-breakup glow up. I'm not a person who's going to cry for months and months. I'm gonna cry for a few days and then I'm gonna turn right back around. Started working out, start fixing myself up, eating better, started applying for even more jobs. I did have this whole reflection period where I did a wellness challenge and I did some things that I found online. I was self-pampering, I was self-soothing. You have to self-soothe after you go through something like a breakup or a mourning period of any type. But I applied to so many jobs and I got called for a couple of interviews, but I didn't get the jobs. I felt like, oh my God, nobody wants to hire me. What the hell is going on? Why is this happening? Victim mentality. Then I just switched back and thought, okay, well, what are the most productive and useful things I can be doing right now? I was living at home. My mom was working. She's taking care of us financially right now. Let me make sure that the grocery shop is done and that we've picked healthy foods and that I'm working out because I have all this time and that I am posting what I can, what I'm motivated to post on YouTube. But I felt stagnant in my finances. I know that I am the type of person who attaches some of my self-worth to my earning ability and my ability to be creative and successful. It's not the best thing. I know that you need to find all of that internally, but let's be real, I just felt like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Why am I not able to do these basic things that other people are able to do? i.e., get a freaking job, make money, especially making money online, because I had been so good at producing content before and gaining contracts, but I just felt like I was washed out, burned out. Continued doing everything that I could until March 2021. My mom had to stop working and I started to panic because if she couldn't work and I didn't have work, I really had to stretch that dollar. It was the hardest point of my life, okay? It was really hard. I just kind of powered through, did the most that I could, and a job that I did not even apply for popped back into my lap and it was exactly what I wanted. It was work from home and I wasn't required to work past 5 o'clock, not be too burnt out to maintain all of the systems that I had in place with regards to eating healthy, having time to work out and post videos on YouTube and still earn a full-time income, which was fantastic because I had already gotten used to stretching that dollar. I then took what my earnings would be, popped that into a little Excel sheet, calculated that I should be able to get out of debt by November of 2022. I did allow myself some spending cash because at that point I hadn't had a stable income for years. I allowed myself some fun money because I think you need to. I mean, especially after I lost weight, there were so many clothing items that I not only didn't resonate with, but didn't fit me. I didn't spend any money on makeup. And by spring 2022, I was the most confident that I had ever been in my life. I was in my best shape. I was having a good time. I was feeling and looking good. And I was so close to the finish line in terms of paying off my credit card debt. I was on the top of my game. So much so that I even met my boyfriend exactly the way that I had envisioned it. But that is a whole other story in itself. Before I knew it, when September, end of August rolled around, I fully paid off my credit card. So at this point, all I have are my student loans to worry about, and they are sitting at $4,000 right now. But there's something important that I left out. I have been freelancing for years, and I have collected sums of money. I did not do my taxes for 6 years, did not put money aside to pay said taxes. Nobody was taking taxes out of my sponsorship paychecks, right? And this is something that not a lot of people talk about. If you get paid a certain amount of money, you gotta save 25 to 30% to give back to the government, depending on what your tax earning bracket is, right? So I was then afraid. I knew that I had to confront this because I was like, in 2022, by the end of it, I need to be debt free. I went and did the taxes in August. The tax guy that I use, he was like, I'm really sorry, but you're gonna have to pay a lot of taxes. And I was like, I know. And I was so bummed out because I had just finished paying off more or less 8 grand of credit card debt, only to get slapped over 6 grand's worth of debt for the taxes. It was the provincial taxes that I owed. All the notices of assessments rolled back in. I had held back on spending for the last 2 months leading up to that moment that I was going to be doing my taxes. Now I got to pay this money back. Okay, so I go on Mon Dossier and I'm like looking at the options for payback so that, you know, maybe I can do a pay plan where I pay a bit each month. But then I'm like, ah, like the interest, like it hurts. It hurts to know how much money in interest you're going to be paying. Like credit cards will just, they're a little bit more sneaky. Like you kind of don't see it as much. In this case, I saw the amount and I was like, ah, this sucks. I decided to go to my checking account balance, and I kid you not, with the federal reimbursements that I had received and the paychecks that I had gotten from work, I had $500 more in my account than the debt that I was owing. And that's counting my credit card payment and bills. And I had another paycheck coming in a week. I knew that there was money coming in. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna pay off this debt like right now. And I had money left over after paying my bills. It was serendipitous. And I had been so afraid of paying that money back. But at the time I was already pretty stressed because I got laid off and I could feel it coming, but I paid everything off before I got laid off. So, but I have another job. I have another job. I start another job in a couple of days. Not only did I have that job that I got offered, but when I went and opened LinkedIn the day I got laid off, I had more job offers. And that's not where the story ends. Over the time that I was not working, didn't have very much money, my computer is 10 years old. It is a custom build. A while back, I replaced a fan, and then sometimes I have to open the computer and grease that fan because if I don't, it gets slow and then my computer gets buggy. It needs a couple of pieces to be upgraded, so I'll have to like speak with someone. One of my biggest fears was to just end up computerless, because if my computer crashes while I don't have money to replace anything, then I am screwed. So I bought a laptop right after I got laid off when I knew I had another job lined up. In a way, I have a little bit of self-doubt sometimes with major purchases. I kind of had this fear that I'm going to have buyer's remorse because I spent so much time saving money and not expensing it. I purchased it on the 14th of October. It came on the 19th. And then the next day I go to my mail and I see a letter. Revenue Canada says, we accidentally miscalculated your taxes in 2017, $1,900 for your reimbursement of that year that we didn't give you. And it almost pays for my laptop. Dude, I had the money to pay for the laptop, but then the government went and gave me some more. And so now, with the balance of the money that's in my account and the balance owing on my student loans, like, it cancels out. So my next steps are, I need to figure out how to invest. Oh God, I'm so happy. And I'm so grateful that I didn't give up. If you struggle with emotional spending or compulsive shopping, check out this video that I did right now. It is going to help you because it helped me get to where I am today. And I would love to give you the same relief that I have right now. I would love to. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye.